What's up, social media world? Putting here with you, doing a little bit more of the kilted construction around my house. What I'm in the process of doing right now is replacing my deck boards with composite decking. Now, some advantages to composite decking is the lifetime and lifespan of the boards without having to stain or replace them. The great thing is these have a 25-30 year lifetime. They call lifetime, replacement thing. So with that, hopefully 25 years I won't be the one replacing them, but you don't have to stain them. You get them the color you choose, and when you put them down, they're less likely to warp as in the way that your other boards would do in the sun. So I'm going to be laying a few boards here and show you guys what I've been doing already, because I've already got this section behind me done, and believe me, it is already turning out really good. The way I like the look of it, the way they feel when walking on it. Okay, now I'm going to show you a few things, tips, tricks, pointers to help you guys out if you go to do this. Things I've learned along the way of working on putting this bunch down, and I've got a lot more to go. One thing I will tell you, some things you're going to need. Okay, for me, I'm using the hidden fasteners that you can get. These are made by Trex Hideaway. Okay, and these are the fasteners I'm using, so that way when you look at what I've got, you do not see any screws on top of the decking. Okay, that I think looks really good, not to see any of those. A couple other things that you will need is make sure you got a good rubber mallet. It's going to help when we're kind of bumping these in place without damaging the, the top of the composite decking. Another thing you definitely want to get when doing this is a saw blade that is made for composite decking, okay, because it has a finer tooth on there, so that way you don't burn up the end of the board when you're cutting them. Okay, this is a Crescent tool brand, but anyway, look for one that's made, this is made specifically for composite decking because it has a finer tooth on there. Keeps you from burning up the end of the board if you used a regular saw like you would on some wood decking. Okay, so make sure and pick one of those up. It's going to make the end of the board look really good. Okay, now other thing, I've already pre-measured these boards, cut them when I'm getting ready to show you guys, and show you guys how easy it is when it comes to using these Hideaway fasteners, because with a regular board, and I'm doing a 4-foot section here, between the number of screws that I would normally use, be 2, 4, 6, 8, about 8 screws. With this, 4 of these fasteners holds the board down, and it connects to the next board as well. So it's going to cut my time of putting screws down in half. Also, when I put this down, you will not see the screws on top of the board, so it actually looks a lot better. Okay, so already got some boards laid here, got them cut, getting ready to move the camera, show you guys when it comes to how easy it is to slide these into place. Okay, let me get that stuff set up. Now I'm dipping on floor joists, so take me a minute. Now, one other thing I'm going to suggest when you, and I'll show you when I put this first board in here. Got these boards, already has the fastener in place. I got a little extra spare piece, and I'll show you what it's for. You definitely want to keep that handy, okay? But it basically, the way the fastener works, if I can show you guys, you can see the way the fastener right here, okay? And it basically, you've got a tongue and groove style cut into these composite boards, and that is going to slide in there. So slide those in. I'll show you. Let me set this back up. Now, once I slide these into place, into that little fastener, okay, here's how they come. They've already got the screw in there, in the fastener, and I basically, the edge of the board has got that groove cut in it. That groove is going to slide right into that hidden piece you got, like that. See how easy it was? I literally just slid that in place. Now, what I like to have the rubber mallet for is because once you slide it in there, you can take your mallet, finish tapping that into place. That way it gets good and snug. You want it snug up against the hidden fastener, okay? So you want to get that snug up against there. All right, make sure I got my board even. Once I've got the boards even, then, and it even comes with a T15 bit, then I'm basically literally just going to take this, put it right in the groove, set it in there, screw it in. Then next, now one thing with this is to make it very secure, I am going to put one of these hidden fasteners on each joist, okay? That's going to make it very secure at every joist. Now, another tip that I am going to tell you about, the reason I had this little piece right here, when you get to your ends and before you tighten these all the way down, okay, you can either already have your other board in place or have a spare piece, okay? You can take this spare piece where I've got this started, and I can take that spare one, set it right in place there, then tighten it down. That way, you see how I did that? I use this as I tighten that one down. That way when I take my next board, slide it in there, it's already lined up, it's ready for the next groove to fall right in place. Okay, so no big deal. Knock that in there a little bit, set my next tricks down. Again, I'm using this on the end. The end is what, to me, is what usually causes more of the problem when it comes to lining it up. So those there were okay, but when I get to the end, I'm going to use my piece again, get my fastener in place, get it started, set that in there, tighten it down. Third board. Mallet. There we go. Got that one in place. Now you see how 3 boards, I've used 12 of these. Compared to using 2 per board, per joist, you know, I've cut the number of these I'm using compared to regular screws Put my little board in place before I tighten that one down. There we go. There we go. I just put down 3 boards while talking to you guys, okay? And they have really went fairly easy right there. Getting your boards pre-measured, get those hideaway tricks, hidden fasteners. It's going to really make it a lot easier to put all of this stuff down. So when I get done with this whole deck, I mean, it's going to look wonderful compared to my old stained deck that the sun had faded, the heat had warped some of the boards. There's very when it comes to the upkeep of these, washing it off, spraying it off, but you don't have to stain them every few years. The boards are less likely that they're going to warp on you from being out in the sun, the heat. So to me, over time, in many years of replacing boards, I'm going to save money. These do cost a bit more, but if you're looking at the lifespan of the deck that you're going to build and the amount of abuse you're going to put it through, and that the weather's going to put it through, composite deck is absolutely going to be a way to go. Okay, so I hope if you guys are looking at putting down some composite deck, that helps you out. And if you like what you see there, like I said, I've got a whole nother section of the decking. This is just the walkway from the side of the house to get to the back deck, and then I'm going to be doing the back side that I can even put up future videos of doing longer boards. But you see that right there, just within a few minutes I covered a couple feet of the deck and what I'm doing. By the time I get done, it should all look like that and be a lot better to walk on and look a lot better throughout the years. All right, guys, so hope you found some of those tips helpful, and if so, leave me some comments, let me know. All right, with that being said, Puddin loves you. Peace out.